What up, Exeters? So today we're here in Madame Sherri Forest in New Hampshire. I think it's gonna be cool. Yeah. All right, join us on this adventure.
So it's a pretty rainy day here in New Hampshire, but you know, when you want to shoot something cool, you got to brave the rain and get out in it.
That's right.
You might be wondering what Madame Sherri Forest is. Well, there's something pretty cool just beyond this trail and in these woods right in front of us. So Madame Sherri was actually born in Paris, and she was a seamstress and a pretty famous dancer in some of the clubs over there. She met her husband, who actually was a fugitive and was under the alias of a different name. Them two got together, married, and decided to come over here to New York City.
Nice little waterfall. Very loud waterfall.
So these two, once they got to New York, they concocted all these stories and basically got themselves into like a socialite group, like in Broadway, right? And, you know, they were associated with people like Charles Lemire, and they were like a life of a party there. Unfortunately, her husband would have some bad luck with his health and actually went blind and insane. He got put in an insane asylum and died at the age of 27. She was heartbroken, of course, and she actually paid a friend a visit here to New Hampshire because this friend would have all these parties and whatnot, and she just loved the area, and she was like, hey, I'm gonna purchase some land, which I think was actually like 600 acres, if I'm not mistaken. And she decided she wanted to build her own little castle and her own little party site. When she started construction of this party site or castle, whatever you want to call it, she didn't have any blueprints for it. She just walked around the property sticking poles in the ground and was like, yeah, this is where we're going to build, which kind of made the contractors a little crazy. They said she would like hover over them.
Telling them how to do their job.
Yeah, consistently like changing things. But you got to give the woman credit because what was built was absolutely crazy beautiful. So let's talk a little bit about what this place used to look like. It kind of resembled Roman ruins and a French chalet, or chalet, however you want to say it. The bathrooms were lined with mirrors. The cellar was like a bistro type setup with like tablecloths. The main floor was adorned with portraits of famous people, you know, furs of like animal furs like on the floors. But the third floor was the private residence for Madame Sherri, and it was only accessible by a spiral staircase from the outside. And oftentimes, like when she was having these parties, that's how she would make her grand entrance, was from the top of these stairs and come down in these big elaborate, you know, costumes, because that's what she did. She was a seamstress and she did a lot of costumes for Broadway. So of course, she was like way better dressed than everybody else at the parties.
As very well she should be.
So after a short little walk, but a hill that'll kind of take your breath away, we've got here to what remains of the castle. Now, I did forget to mention whenever I was describing what it looked like that she did, like, it was built around trees. Like, trees poked up through this house, which is pretty cool. We're going to just insert a picture of what the house or castle used to look like so you can see it in its former glory.
There's the grand staircase. It went up to her level. So up here would have been the main part of the house. Then the spiral staircase would have taken you up to the 3rd floor, which was hers. But then there's also supposed to be kind of like a basement level down here.
Now, even though this place was like magnificent, it's funny that she didn't even live here. She basically just had this place as like a party palace. And she lived across the road in like a little cottage that didn't even have like water, power, anything like that. And she just lived over there for like 30 summers, and she would come over here and have her big lavish parties.
That's the way to do it. Make people think that you live here all the time, when really you live in a shack with no power or water or anything else.
Yeah. So we can't go up this side because actually, if you notice that top part of the staircase, it actually collapsed. I think in 2021. So now they have do not climb on stairs for good reason. You want to preserve stuff like this.
Yeah, it says stay behind the chain right here. What that sign says.
But we can go up these stairs on this side, and we'll show you what is left of the top portion up there. There were lots of rumors that kind of went along with her in this castle and these parties. Some of the rumors included that she was had like mob people. I want to say they said like Al Capone had ties to here, and that basically Madame Sherri was like, I don't know what you would call her, like a pimp. Like she had her like
She was a
brothel.
madam.
Yeah, like had her brothel, and she was like hustling out the ladies for a good time. But that was like one of the rumors. Not entirely sure if that's true or not, but
But she didn't ever debunk it either. Like
Yeah.
she didn't ever, all the rumors that were made up about her, she never was like, oh, that's not me, blah, because she loved the attention.
yeah, she did. Because there was one other rumor, supposedly like when she was born in Paris, that some kind of light went up into the sky, like
It was
this
a spiral light.
Yeah, spiral light, and she would never debunk that either.
Said it danced. It said it danced over Paris for like 2 days when she was born, like the first 2 days.
So she was
was
a
theatrical.
She was a theater woman.
Yeah, she was
Loved it.
theatrical. So, I believe this would have been like a fireplace, just because it's block on the outside. It's got brick inlays. That's what I'm guessing. I don't know. But to me, that looks like it would have been a fireplace. We pan over here, you can see the spiral staircase, what's left of it. That would have went up to her quarters. And then this is the rest of the castle. In a lot of ways, it's sad that it was left to get ruined like this, and
Yeah,
not upkept. Which in a lot of ways, I feel like if she would have lived here all the time, maybe it'd still be here.
Well, she caught some bad luck, like after World War II happened. The checks that she was getting from Charles Lemire stopped, like, because he was paying her some money, so that stopped. And basically she went into poverty at that point. Like, she was used to living this lavish lifestyle, and then that kind of stopped. And then she had left the castle or the area for a while, came back and found that it was completely vandalized. piano she had in here was like smashed and everything was destroyed.
Was torn up.
There was a fire here also.
That's what finished the place off, was the fire. But she hadn't really worked in 20 years, so she couldn't draw Social Security.
Yeah.
So without that, she just, no money.
Yeah, and it is definitely sad what happened to her. You have this big lavish life, you know, and partying all the time and all these fancy things and fancy people around you. And then she ended up like living in a nursing home in her final years. But another lady purchased the property by the name of Ann Stokes. I want to say the year was like 1967 or something. And she actually visited Madame Sherri while she was in the nursing home, told her that she had purchased the property, and that she would do her best to upkeep it and everything.
And she wanted to do like an arts thing here.
Yeah, so they continued. They had parties here, and they would put on like theatrical performances out here. And when she told her that, Madame Sherri was just like, tell me something to make me happy. And I think she ended up passing away like 6 weeks later. But now the property has changed hands to like a New Hampshire like nature
Forestry Society, I think.
And that's who cares for it now. So you can actually come around on the side down here, and you can still see some more of the structure that's remaining over here, and actually see one of the underground rooms.
I wonder if down there was like a kitchen area.
See if there's loot under there.
Watch out for this piece of rebar.
There is a chest. AJ, go see. There's a chest.
Obviously people have graffitied under here.
It's probably a round box.
So it is a box. Oh, let's see what it says. Let's see. I'm gonna take it out into the light. So let's see, it says Madame Sherri's Castle letterbox.
Treasure chest.
And then the other says, oh there, you can see it better now. Madame Sherri's Castle letterbox. Sherri, what did I say, Sherri?
You're giving her that southern name, not her
Yo,
French
she
name.
was Madame Sherri. Madame Sherri. All right, please
Mama
please replace this letterbox where you found it.
What's in it?
I don't know. Once you open it and find out.
It explodes. Wait, how do you open it? What is it? They're letters. They're her journals. I guess. I don't know this one.
We'll take it out of the bag and see.
No!
Why?
It's like disrespectful.
Somebody put a rock in there?
Yeah.
What else?
Just a bag. A stamp.
Oh, what?
A stamp.
Oh, I thought that was a little
Wait,
thing of
don't
makeup.
open it. What if it's like Goosebumps and you unleash all her deepest, darkest secrets?
So they're little notes from people that have been here.
Oh. Oh. We should sign it. With what?
Mama had a pencil.
This was back from 21. Enjoy nature and live in the moment. Be here now.
And go to the back.
Oh, somebody was a pretty good drawer. Epic and cool and awesome. It's autumn. I don't know what that says. No, now. And all the leaves have fallen. I am so lonely. I hope your travels find you well. That looks like you. Angry and bearded and hat.
That like a little leprechaun hat. That was like one of Kiki's drawings.
Oh, we can't sign it.
Why can't you?
Because all the pages are taken.
All right, let's see what's in the other one.
Should we go get a pencil?
This one's got a pen in
Oh,
it.
it's got pens. Yes, please.
Oh, little crab.
I love this place. It's very cool. It went through a fire and survived. I see you. Look behind you. Snakes
y'all
are
look.
cool. Humans drool.
Veto.
In a universe full of chaos, there's one thing that stays true. In my dreams, there will always be you. No matter where our paths draw us, it still remains that through the light and the dark, we will always come from the same ink. All right, we'll see if there's no pages left.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
there
there is. Okay. So what should we write?
Subscribe.
Oh, my old knees can't handle that bent down so for very long. I won't be getting up. I'll just roll on back down the hill. Stunning place to visit.
Now put subscribe to our YouTube channel. Exit to Adventure.
Nice.
We will return it for the next visitor to find.
No, not this bag. Oh, one of them was empty.
Not this guy.
Uh-oh. This is not closing. There we go.
Now sit on top of that rock.
7 days.
That was a funny little joke.
Man.
Get another shot. See, that was where we were at earlier. So I'm guessing probably was stairs coming down right here, and it's just all rubble. Had to be some kind of pipe or something coming through there and down there. So I wonder if this was maybe a kitchen area or, I don't know, laundry or something. Nice view of the trees.
So, in bringing you here today, we can't not tell you a ghost story or just what creepiness comes along with this place. So we'll walk around back over here. Oh,
And you almost slip and fall. Hit your head on the rock. Dang, how far we gotta walk back around?
Well, just bringing you back to the staircase over here.
Oh, okay.
It's not a very elaborate ghost story that goes along with it, but people that visit here, especially at night, just report a feeling of like eeriness to the area.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm assuming, which I'm probably some people probably go over that chain and still climb these steps still today, but it's reported that if you go to the top of these stairs, which have been dubbed now the stairway to heaven, that if you stand at the top, you get those eerie feelings, and you see mist of like people beneath you, kind of like her party is still going on, and it never
Like you're
stopped.
looking at it from her, and
Right.
and there's people down here.
Kind of like the party is still going, which is kind of cool if you think about it.
Yeah.
Forever partying.
If you stand up there long enough, you'll hear, baby, 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 oh. I was listening to JB.
Wow, that's probably the last thing she'd want to listen to.
There was no JB back then.
You don't know. JB's immortal.
There was only piano music.
Yeah. Well, this was definitely a cool find in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, it was.
It's definitely worth a visit, even on a rainy day.
I mean, the rain's kind of slacked up some. It is nice and cool out here, but it is very beautiful with the changing of the leaves, the colors, all the leaves on the ground. But I kind of like the fact that it was kind of rainy today when we came out, because it kept everybody from being here with us. So it's kind of like our own personal little spot without, you know, having to fight a bunch of people off just to be able to do this video. We're here at Meeting House Cemetery in Vermont. Probably about a 12 to 15 minute drive from Madame Sherri Forest and Castle, looking for her final resting place. We know it is a flat looking headstone like this one. We just gotta find the lady, the madam. Alright, so after walking all over this place, we finally found the grave of Madame Antoinette Sherri, and here she is.
Sherri.
Sherri, whatever. Sherri. Sorry, madam, I'm not trying to butcher your your name like that, but she got a little. Somebody put a little pumpkin on her grave. And there she is.
So she was 87 years old whenever she passed on. And actually, Charles Lemire is the one that paid for her burial. And I know we mentioned him earlier, that, you know, saying that she was receiving checks from him. And then after World War II, those checks kind of just cut out. Well, basically, from the way I was reading it, because, you know, she was like designing all these costumes and stuff, and it said like he kind of took instructions from her, so
Yeah,
I guess it was like some kind of like royalty, I guess, like he would have to be paying.
Yeah, he was her protege. Like he won like several Oscars.
Yeah, he was
with
big in
Warner Brothers,
Hollywood.
But it was because of her that he learned that. So.
But I mean, in essence, like him cutting her off and not sending her any money is the reason that she lost everything. So he needed to pay for this funeral.
Well, I mean, he should have paid for a better headstone.
I agree.
She should have.
She needed a flashy one,
Yeah.
I think.
He should have forked over the money after causing all that and got her something other than this one that's just kind of even with the ground. She should have had a big. She should have had a big fancy one like Jimi Hendrix. Like she should have had one with like,
that.
you know, with like all these decorations around it, and you know,
It would have
carved out
been
of
cool if it
marble
was
and-
like, if they could have did some kind of like, what is this called, like granite they make it out of? Like granite staircase that kind of mimicked the castle, and then like a figure on top of it.
Yep.
And then like her name kind of like at the bottom. That would have been cool.
What would have been cooler than that? They would have buried her out at her castle.
Well, I feel like there wouldn't have been nobody to really take care of the grave out
But
there.
if the society owns it now, it would have been there. They're taking care of that property anyway. They could have taken care of that, and they could have put like a fence thing around it or one of those cages like over it. That way she's buried near a castle. But That's just me talking.
Needless to say, wherever you are, Madame Sherri, we hope you're still partying. And if it's at the castle, party on.
All right, guys. Well, that does it for us here at Madame Sherri's Castle and Forest, because this is also the Madame Sherri Forest. Hope you enjoyed this journey and this adventure to this very beautiful place. I just wish it was more than a ruin. But catch you guys down the road at the next exit.
Keep it spooky.
Later.